What's going on, everyone? I want to cover this trade setup going into the end of the day that I posted in the Discord today. By the way, guys, Evolution Traders Discord is free if you guys want to join the Discord and learn information that I don't put on YouTube. A lot of intraday stuff, a lot of, community talk. That link's down in the description box, completely free. With that being said, the setup that I was looking at is once we finally established ourselves over that initial balance, right, over the 30-minute opening high run, where we kind of, we tried to test it here, got rejected, we finally confirmed, and then it trickled and trickled and trickled and trickled and trickled and started to consolidate without making any new highs. You started to see these pullbacks, okay? You started to see these pullbacks, and these pullbacks were creating these lower highs on the 15-minute time frame. And this is the image that I kind of marked out. So today I was fully in scalp mode, right? Scalp mentality, especially later on in the day. I'm not really looking for big drastic moves. If we can pick up 10, 15 points on the NASDAQ and we can pick off 2 or 3 of these trades, after lunchtime, fantastic. That's going to really make your day. So what I was focusing on here is we started to make these lower highs. So I put lower high rejection at 20 SMA inverse hammer. This is what I was looking at right there. Boom. As soon as you've seen these highs get put in, we pulled back and bounced and failed to take out the continuation, right? We failed to take out the continuation. What I start looking for on the price action is doji candles and hammer candles, okay? Or inverse hammer candles, depending on which way the market is going. As soon as you get this inverse hammer candle here, all I'm waiting for, guys, is for us to confirm the lows, because I've got a clear zone, and that's the box that I drew here. I've got a clear zone where I can mark out a stop loss. I can use the previous high as a stop. I can actually use high of day as a stop, depends on how much you want to risk. And all I'm looking for is the breakdown. And as soon as you get the breakdown here, you want to get in, get green, get the hell out, right? The target is the 30-minute orb high. So if you look at the orb high here, all the way across, we don't want to assume that it's going to continue to break down. We definitely want to take our profits from here into that orb high, lock it in. And again, just to give you kind of a reference on how many points that was, getting in below 21,042 all the way down to around 21,000. I mean, this is 40 points here, guys. So you definitely could have captured 10, 15, 20, 30 points, depending on how tight you were trailing that stop. Definitely moving into break even, moving it into profit as it continues to go down. It did put up one more bounce, and it's the same setup, guys. It's the same setup here where you tag the 30-minute orb high, and then you bounce and you put in a lower high. So it's the same thing. Stop loss zone goes to above that wick. Again, this gets shifted over here where this is your lower high rejection, and you're looking price action wise for one of two things: inverse hammer candle, doji candle. And what do we get here? That indecision doji candle where you got an equal wick on both sides. Again, you can mark out that stop loss, get back in short. You're playing the rejection off of the declining 20 SMA, and you short that back down. You could target the most recent swing low, or you can target the 30-minute opening high, which was down here closer to 955. So again, a lot of things that you could have been targeting here in this range between that initial balance and 30-minute high range. As soon as we broke, you could have targeted a lot of stuff here. There was a lot of good moves towards the end of the day. Again, these are things that we're highlighting each and every single day inside of Evolution Traders. If you guys want to join the community, absolutely free. That link is down in the description. We do have live trading that goes on there each and every single day as well for the gold members, but the majority of the learning content, all of the chat channels, all of the recaps, all of the chatter is going on in the Discord. You guys can definitely join that for free. If you guys need Apex accounts, you guys can use code D Anthony. If you guys want to go direct to funded top 1 futures, if you guys are looking for another great firm, daytraders.com is also great. Those links are all down in the description box below. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, guys. Leave your comments. Again, today was not an easy day to trade. There was a portion in time here around when we broke the initial orb. All this junk was absolutely dog shit. Like, I got so fed up of just waiting for price to actually break out or break down that I just walked away on the day. So I did not take these trades, but I did come back to the market, and I always market watch and I always start looking for things. This was a fantastic setup that alerted. I had locked myself out of the Project X platform with Top Step in this range here. I was up about 250 bucks. I called it a small Friday, and that's it, right? I'm not trying to drain any mental equity, especially going into the long holiday weekend. But with that being said, these are things that we need to start identifying here, because if this was inside of my trade window it's definitely a trade that I like to take. So for example, my trade window was here. As soon as we broke the 30-minute orb, we pulled back, we broke it again, failed to close over that 30-minute orb high, that new high, that pivot that was put in. What am I looking for? Rejection at supply, hammer candle, or inverse hammer candle, depending on if it's going long or short, and then get in on the confirmation. Boom. You take that quick scalp for 10 to 15 points, you're in the money. So with that being said, I'll see all of you guys on the inside. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys all next time.